So I am here with Mr. Melvin Van Peebles, and we're going to talk about your new movie. I like the way you say it because you say it with a little bit of a kind of a rhyme in it.
But it is rhyme.
Yeah, let's hear it.
It's Confessions of a Ex-Doofus, Itchy-Footed Mother. Uh, and people are always saying, what's it about? Well, it's all in the title. Confessions of a Ex-Doofus. Ex-Doofus is somebody who's not the sharpest knife in the drawer, you know. And then Itchy-Footed is somebody who wants to travel. And then Mother, everybody knows what that is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What kept you from putting that part?
Because you don't put the part. It's just
Badass got in there. That could have just been
if
sweet
you didn't know
badass.
it. Yeah, but badass is the same way. When I did badass, it was everybody knows what a bad, or they didn't at the time, but everybody eventually learned what a badass was.
From you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I only knew what good asses were, but then you came along and I learned about badass.
Well,
Thank
that's
you.
good. That's good. Well, you were young at the time. I bet you know now.
I do. I've
Okay.
learned. So is this semi-autobiographical?
Well, everything is. I'm a writer, and
Are you writing what you know?
I'm writing what I know, or what I think I know, is would be closer to it. And as for the dead-on autobiographical part, I was born in Chicago, and the character was born in Chicago. He lived in Chicago as a kid. But after that, nah,
So you're not an ex-doofus.
I hope not.
Does that mean you're still a doofus or you never were a doofus?
I never was a doofus.
I still am a doofus. I
Hey,
haven't gotten that point yet.
Well, look, we ought to talk, little girl. You know what I mean?
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, you know what I'm
That's why we're
saying?
here.
Yeah, okay.
That's why we're here. You've got an absolutely crazy, non-linear editing style. Talk about that.
Well,
It's great.
I went back the other day. I was talking to one of the kids I was mentoring, and I showed him some of my first movies. And the editing style was like that. I don't really have a style. I just am. I just do how I see it.
You've got a contemporary feel to it, and you've got a retro feel to it. I mean, you seem
Duh.
like a man with a mind who's able to. It doesn't seem like there's anyone who tells you this is how you got to do it. It seems like it's all coming from a place where you're just going to put it out there, and it'll go the way it goes.
That's what I try to do. I mean, no, I don't even try to do it. I don't even think about it. I just do what I do. I make the music or the films or whatever the same way I cook. That is, if nobody else likes it, I have to eat it for the rest of the week. So hey, I might as well enjoy it. As far as the editing goes, no one thinks, and it's very interesting, no one thinks cinematically of hearing music from a soundtrack, horns blowing, people talking, all at once. But visually, for somehow, we've gotten to where we portray things normally, visually, linearly. But
Not you.
Huh?
Not you.
No, but what happens, people come out often of my films, start and say, strange, but I understood it. Because in reality, that's what we're doing. I mean, I'm talking to you, but I see the sound men, I see the other people, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
You're looking at other men while you're talking to me?
Yeah, well,
So am I.
Hey, what
I'm
can I
looking
tell
at
you?
that man in the suit in the corner,
Yeah.
but my thoughts are on you.
Hey, well, that's okay. I like that.
Yeah, no, your movies definitely have a multi-track. There's a lot going on at once.
Yeah, it's a lot. But in reality, in life, there's
that's
a
what
lot
it is.
going on. Audio-wise, movies have advanced. They have a lot of things going on. You don't just hear the sound, which is my point. You don't just hear the car
Right.
outside. You don't just hear someone talking. All those things are happening at once, and your mind, it does a lot more. It has a lot more than we give it credit for. So you can tell it that way, and if you have a lot of things to pack in, it's really very convenient.
Right. And speaking of just sort of the way that you shoot on digital, right?
Yes, I shot on digital, absolutely.
And that's pretty much, I mean, you're interested in that look and in that style. That's not something that you want to change, is it?
No. Well, for example, I'm the chief editor also, and my favorite part, I suppose, of filmmaking would be the editing part. However, when you're doing it with film, you've got to wait for the lab. You got to this. You can't do the dissolves, etc., etc. When I shot this, I made sure to find the type of machines, and both to shoot and also to edit that could take immediately what I had done.
What do you edit on?
This time I edited on Avid, but and also a little Final Cut.
And because you do so many things in your films, you write them, you act in them, you edit them. It seems to be a one-man Peebles, except for obviously you have a larger cast than that. Is there anything that you're afraid to try?
No, because I'm not afraid to fail. You see, that's the thing. I mean, people don't come up to me and say, "How did you know you could beat that guy?" I didn't know I could beat him. I just knew I wasn't going to take it. And if I'm lucky enough to win, oh, okay, that's good. But if not, okay, all right. The film, I think it's super. And but as long as I think it's super, I'm very meticulous. Outside of what seems to be nonchalant, I get it exactly the way I want it, and then that's it.
Just because I'm pretty fascinated by your fearlessness, what would you tell people who have fear of failure? What's your secret?
No, that's right. Well, first thing I would tell the people, fear of failure is just not enough. You've got to also, at the same time, learn your craft. I spent many years, I mean, people come and say, "Oh, I saw your first movie," referring to Sweetback. Wow, that was my third feature and my 30th film. You know what I mean? So learn your craft.